Hi, my name is Grace Cho. I'm a music enthusiast and also a radio host. One of the reasons that I got into music, I think playing different instruments always amazed me. So I started with the piano, of course, but then moved on to cello and a few other Korean instruments as well. From there on, I realized how beautiful it is to understand that each instrument produces different sound. My father also influenced me to get myself into music. Even though he was not a musician, he was always into sound. He used to buy a lot of amps and speakers brought back home and a tweak here and there, and he even built his own speakers after all. So that's how I got myself into music. I started playing piano because of my mother, of course, being an Asian kid. But I really didn't like piano when I was young. Only when I entered a music college in Malaysia, then I truly understand why piano is such a beautiful instrument, because it is both a melodic and a percussion instrument that you can explore so many things, not just playing, but then also the rhythmic pattern that you can understand from there. And also, it's got 88 keys, so it can almost cover the whole range by doing whatever you want to do when it comes to music. So that's how I started playing piano, and that has become my major instrument so far. The first two artists that influenced me was the Beatles and Eagles. That's mainly because of my father. He always tests his speakers with all these two artists' songs. He also used to listen to a lot of classical music. Classical musicians like Beethoven, Bach, and Mozart, those were the great influence in my music as well when it comes to classical playing. But on the other hand, when it comes to contemporary music, I will say Dream Theater, Steve Vai, and other rock guitarists as well, mainly because I was in the music school hanging out with different friends. At first, it was very new to me. I was like, wow. What is that? What kind of music is that? So progressive. But after I started understanding their own tunes and song, that's also another beauty in music. Classical and all those pop, main pop was not the only music I knew about it. It's also another world that I wanted to explore. The keyboard that I'm using is called FA-06 from Roland. It's after my previous keyboard, which is also from Roland, was broken into pieces because of the accident. So my love for this keyboard was always been there, and I wanted to purchase another one. After purchasing FA-06, it's been serving me great so far. Not only I can play the instruments by playing the keys, but it's got great features here. You can see from the samplers, sequencer, and also tweak the sounds here. But not only that, this keyboard can layer up to more than 14 sounds. But of course, that comes again with understanding the sounds, how you are supposed to play when it comes to string, when it comes to organ, when it comes even synth. But this is one of the features that I was very attracted to. In my career as being a music enthusiast, I will say to know what I really wanted to do in music, to find out, okay, this is something that I really want to do music. Not only because how it looks outside, you can become a YouTube star, you can become an overnight star because of your talent and skills, of course. But after all, when it comes to music, the pure essence of music is what you want to play, what you really know about yourself to deliver your messages via your instruments. I think that's the essence that you really need to find out. And of course, until now, that's a challenge for me. Even in the band, my band Fast, I still need to explore a lot more to understand my band's direction and how I can explore with this keyboard to be able to blend with other instruments in the band. That's another challenge. My band is called Fast. We play Broadway theatrical music in Malaysia. I think this is our 4th year. Since I started this band, I've been using this keyboard. And of course, for our first album, which was released last year, I used FA-06 for our recording. One of the main sounds that I use from FA-06 is honky tonk, and also a bit of a bell string sounds. And the recording turned out really great, and we are quite happy with it. I've been using this keyboard heavily in other bands and even for my personal use as well. My band's dream, including my dream, is to tour around the world and to be able to perform and share our music. Because of our nature of music, we believe strongly that we can share and also to be able to accept it outside of Malaysia as well. So one of the artists along the way, if that happens, we would love to see how Dream Theater works as a band. I think they function perfectly as a band, and we admire that. No matter how long they've been together, ups and downs, seeing the band members leaving, or along the way the direction may have changed, but until now they've been sticking to each other together and then do what they want to do what they would love to do.